What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Patient Hodler in the building, all the way from Europe. How's it going, Patient Hodler? Oh my gosh. Oh, guys, he is not messing around. He is not messing around. If you do not know Patient Hodler, you have to check him out on the YouTube. I mean, I just found your channel not too long ago. I mean, maybe like a month ago. And really, really good stuff. I mean, does a lot of monologues, talking to the camera, going over his thoughts. And a lot of his thoughts are on par with our thoughts. I mean, if you come to our channel and you like to see maybe things that are people where we're not scared to talk critically about Veve. We want the app and the project to do very well. I get the same type of vibes from your channel where you're going to speak your mind because you want everything to do well and you want to make sure that the team is able to hear what you're thinking. You also weren't always bullish on everything. You're calling the shots when you think it's going down, when you think it's going up. You're not just going to say it's all going to the moon. So really, really respect that. So why don't you let everybody else, other than what I've said, why don't you talk a little bit about your channel, how you found Veve, and any of that good stuff.
Yeah, thank you. So first of all, thank you for letting me come to your channel, and to be here is a great honor because I was watching you two, or even with the Reese AMA, many people on your channel. And by the way, the fighting scenes were awesome, like down on him. That was good. Yeah, so I started my Veve journey in last 17th of August. That was the day when they dropped the MC1 comics. Ooh. And who brought me into Veve was my cousin that got more or less famous over my channel as well, because his account got banned and he still didn't get it back. Wow. Even though they said that his account was found innocent and would be unlocked. So this is still going on, but not the subject right now. But he got me in and he was telling me, hey, they have the first appearance of Spider-Man coming. And I was like, nah, lame. That's lame. I don't want to. I didn't. And then he tried it again. And he was like, dude, now they have the MC1 comics. And I was like, okay, comics. I can relate to that because I saw an article that these comics sell for immense prices in the real life. So I got into the app. And after that, I was talking to each and every person in my life about Veve. You have to see this. NFTs, first appearances. And then some people were like, dude, you're talking every day about this. Don't you want to just have a YouTube channel or something? So when I heard it the second time from a work colleague, because I was at the whiteboard in our room and I was painting the whole tokenomics of ecomi token for him to understand. And he was like, you have to start a YouTube channel. And I heard it a second time and I was like, okay, let's try it. Let's try a YouTube channel.
It's good. No, that's good that you're able to get that feedback from a couple people. And like I said, you do awesome work and you have great monologues and you explain things very well. Actually, I really like that one you did with the roadmap and all that stuff recently.
Thank you.
Man. Really good video. And he puts in the time, guys. He puts in the time and he explains things. If you're new, if you've been here for a year, everybody can take in his content and you guys will really enjoy it. Trust me, it's always good to have some more content in the space, and we love it. That's why we're doing these collabs. While Rob's on his honeymoon, we're doing all these collabs because we want to show you guys all the other different creators who are around, who you might want to watch, because the more time spent watching these videos, the more that bubble will start growing. People will start talking about, like you and your cousin and your colleagues and all that. Everybody who watches these videos, I guarantee you, they're talking to their friends trying to get it out there, right? So the more enthralled in their life it is, the more people are going to recognize, like, yo, you really are into this. What is it? And they're going to start thinking about it. So it all starts by us in the community spreading the word. So again, really, really grateful that you came on the channel and you're going to share some wisdom with us. We got a little bit of a cool topic to talk about here at the end here, but let's get into it. Guys, if you are new here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button down below. You can also hit the bell notification. It'll let you know whenever we post. The next little bit, we're going to be having a bunch of different people on the channel. If you haven't caught that yet, pretty much is every day for this month. So you definitely want to be having that bell notification on so you know whenever we post, because maybe your favorite YouTuber is going to pop on here one day. Maybe it's Patient Hodler. We don't know. So leave us a comment down below with what you think of this video and how you're loving the collab. Also, you can
in general, they will fill up the list with all the good content creators that they might not even know yet. So there are people out there with small channels that might be the big ones in the future. Yeah.
We got some of those coming too in the near future. I mean, I got a couple smaller channels that have really blown me away with their content. So I want to definitely give them a platform to show off their stuff. So can't wait for them to be on the channel as well. You can also become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit that join button underneath the video. On a desktop, you can get a nice badge next to your name. You can get access to our spreadsheets where we let you know if it makes sense to go for a drop, if you're going to have profits based off your price predictions. It also has a sheet for how to sweep the floor, if it makes sense, what you got to sell at. If you did sweep the floor, you put in all your numbers and stuff. It's pretty cool. It basically makes you have to do no work. We also do Disney mini brand giveaways. And at the end of the month, we name a star in the universe after one of the VIP. So shout out to the existing VIP guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to us. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can follow us on Twitter. You can also follow Patient Hodler on Twitter. Great follow there as well. And on our Twitter, we have our bio for Veve if you want to follow us on Veve.
One question. How did you come up with the star naming thing?
Actually, it was in our Discord. So yeah, there you go. Another plug. We got a Discord. It's in the link in the description. But someone came in there. They're like, you should name stars after people. And we're like, you know what? That's actually like an amazing idea. So we tried it out.
Superstar.
So we tried it out. We're like,
they all become real stars.
Yeah, we're gonna have a constellation, right? So we tried it out, and people were loving it. So we say, you know what? Let's keep doing this. It's nothing crazy. We can email it to them. It's not like we have to mail it somewhere. So this is like international. It can go throughout the world as long as you have an email. We really like
you recognize this here. This.
Oh, you got one. You got one.
Yeah, I saw this on your channel, and I thought to myself that's the perfect present for my girlfriend.
There you go.
So I had one done, like a physical one that came with all the good stuff and star map and I don't know what, and because of you.
That's awesome. No, that makes it feel
I
nice.
took the idea and made a present out of it.
You know what's really cool is you can see it, like if you go to International Space Registry or whatever, and you type in your registration code or whatever it comes with, it zooms into like the sky and it shows you where your star is. It's crazy. So it's actually really cool.
I will buy a Borg cube and hop into it and fly to that star in the metaverse.
That's what I'm saying, right? Once we got that metaverse, the stars are all going to be in the same spot. They're going to be labeled. You're going to see the Patient Hodler one. Hopefully one day we can get you one. Your girlfriend's got one. We'll put it right next to it.
I'll have to become a superstar to your channel because I'm clearly lacking the juju and it cost me dearly.
The juju is definitely a requirement. I mean, even sometimes we don't get it because we've been distributing the juju to everybody all over the place. But we're okay with that as long as somebody's winning, right?
Very generous.
As long as it's not just the bot, not just the bots. But all right. So on Twitter, not too much going on. I mean, Veve tweeted this. We got a Captain America 101. It looks like Steve McNiven. It looks like he's a 20-year comic book veteran. So pretty cool looking cover. Another sketch type. It looks like they're going with the Marvels again.
I think McNiven, I'm not sure, but I think he already has a cover on Veve. I don't know if it's a Veve exclusive one, but I've seen that name before.
Yeah, this is Captain America 25. I don't think we have that book yet, but do we? Do you know if we do?
25. I don't know off the top of my head. Although I'm very heavy in comics, but I just buy what seems to be good for me or looks good, and I'm heavy in the Veve exclusive covers.
Yeah, I've heard these one-on-ones are making a little bit of buzz throughout the Web3 space. Like people are talking about them, so I'm curious to see if they do come out with one that's like really, really sought after. Like maybe Disney starts doing them or something like that. And we start to hear a little bit more mainstream stuff. I think that's what's going to come from these one-on-ones. You might hear a little bit more stuff in the mainstream, which is cool.
I think that's a perfect playground for whales because that is the other type. So there are the collectors that are collecting stuff that you can compare because others have that. And there's these collectors that I have the Van Gogh, I don't know, painting. No one else can have it because I'm not selling it. So I think this is where these guys have their playground now on Veve, and that's awesome because these guys make the headlines.
Exactly. And the more people you bring in with that type of money, I mean that's only going to do good things, right? So really, really cool. So let us start to get into the topic a little bit. I mean, this was on Twitter. I saw Don Hyun said, when the D becomes an L, given the number of users who use sus accounts, Apple accessibility scripts or programs, even after KYC, why only 10K mints? Long-time collectors who had to pay 3 to 5 times to users who happened to hit their first NFT makes no sense. Airdrops for who? So this is a big thing that's been going around the community where people are a little upset with the D and the lamp drop. I mean, we had a conversation before any of this, and we were talking about how we did on the drop. Why don't you explain your experience here, and then I'll continue with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the side of the big L, you know. Yeah, memes aside, yeah, I really wanted the lamp so I can have the airdrop of the D, and I'm especially excited about the mechanics of the lamp for this reservation. I don't know how it will be exactly, but it reminds me a lot of the description of the Master Collector program, where you basically get a reservation for specific collectibles if you have a lottery ticket in the raffle. And you can get, this is 100% reservation, but in MCP it won't be. So what's my experience? I thought this is, besides AF15, the first drop in a long time where I would be really nervous about not getting this. And I made everything, like usually I don't even clean up the cache anymore. I don't restart the phone, but for this I did it all. I watched Veve Vault to get the drop tactics right and what he is going to do. So I did everything, nothing, sold out. I had 6 MS on the speed, so everything fine, but sold out. I don't know how the allocation works. And then I thought to myself, how bad this really is for other people as well. I mean, I'm sitting on a good stack of golden moments, in not stacked all, but I have some valuable ones like the Iron Man and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, man, but this must feel so bad for all those people that really have all the sets, and then they see people immediately after flipping them like 10% of that supply, like 1,000, flipping them immediately after on the market and throwing away the airdrop potential and the reservation potential of this drop. So I thought.
Yeah.
And I became more and more frustrated the more I thought about it. And I was like, I don't feel rewarded, and I also don't feel that this is a good finale for Disney Golden Moments. And I don't know. I didn't. How do you feel about this? I mean,
so I'm like in a little bit of a weird boat because I didn't hit it, but my wife hit it for me. Like I got her to go for. I only get her to go for certain drops that I really, like you said. There's a couple that you really want to get, right?
yeah.
And for whatever reason, she always is able to hit on these drops that I guess she's less nervous because she doesn't care as much. I don't know what it is. But for me, it froze for the longest time, and once it does that, I know I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
But like the big thing here, and a lot of people are coming down hard on Veve, is that the way that they did the airdrop and who's getting the airdrop, knowing what I guess we know now. So like we saw on Don Hyun's tweet here, he's pretty disappointed about the number of mints. I'm not too worried about the number of mints. I think the number was a good amount. The fun thing here actually that was, David, you replied to this and said a new collectible starting with L must come soon. So now we're getting Lego. All of that. Maybe it's Lego. Exactly. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let us know the L. But he writes it again. Twice he commented on the same post. When L. So it's sounding like it's going to be something pretty cool. I don't know if this will show him. No, it's just
Labyrinth. Yeah, but Labyrinth is not so exciting that he can tease that so often, I think.
I don't think so. So anyways, this is the beginning of it. Then we saw he's talking about some sus accounts and bot accounts. I think a lot of people have been worried about that recently. I saw this, someone sent this to my DMs, but people running bots on Veve are making a better living than most doctors. In all too common theme, a Louisiana man tells us he makes more than $24,500 a month by running his bots, buying what he calls licensed NFTs. I don't know the legitimacy of this article, but the fact that it even exists makes me kind of worried. And this is September 8th, 2022. So it's not like it's anything too old. It's a couple of days ago. Yeah. Then we got shout out Superstar VIP Sarah. So she was replying to Veve's tweet when they were explaining how the airdrop would work. It's going to go to only the people who minted the drop, right? And this is where a lot of people got upset. So all the bots just immediately flipping continue to win, while those of us who actually want the lamp but weren't lucky enough to get it on the drop get nada. The idea is great, but it needs to be adjusted to reward the right people. Yes. So this is what I think about this. I think that Veve got a lot of hate on the other airdrop that they did with the big IP, which was the blue and beta. because of the way that they changed things up afterwards, and they didn't tell people if you had to hold through a certain point to get the secret rare. Nowhere did they ever promise a secret rare to anybody, so it was kind of, you're able to kind of sneak away from that one. So this one, they came out up front, they said this is how you're going to get it. We knew the rules here, we knew how it would happen. It's just something that we maybe don't agree with the process. Now my wife got the letter D, and she got the drop, and she has everything, and eventually whatever, like it's in our family. I'm not upset about it. Rob, same thing, his wife got it, he didn't, but it is what it is. We can't transfer nothing. And the cool thing was that they did do the matching mints. The issue here is you give it to people who maybe don't want the drop and then just looking to flip. And we know that Veve has a bunch of flippers. I think the best bet here, and you let me know, maybe we'll have an open brainstorm session here that we can, and maybe you guys in the comments can fill in. But what do you think is the best way to go about this? In my opinion, I think that maybe they don't tell you the airdrop is coming or something like that. This way, you know that it settles into the hands of the people who want it. And then you just announce it after the fact. And it's just for people who held it. Like, you don't tell people it's coming. I think that's the best way to do these things.
I think, first of all, I completely agree with Superstar Sarah on that one. I also tweeted that out, that the reward clearly was for flippers, rewarding for flippers. And I think that's a very bad look also for someone who says it's a collectors and collectibles app. So is it? Because if you can even flip the lamp and still get the airdrop because you minted the lamp, you can already flip the lamp at high price, then the D at high prices, is definitely the wrong way. So my suggestion for this specific drop, I would have only made people eligible that have at least one golden moment, and I wouldn't have told it to people. I would have announced the drop and said, is only for, like, something in the text like they do. It's only for true fans. And then
so you couldn't land the drop.
And then
you couldn't even land
you
it.
basically don't see the button when you don't have at least one golden moment. So, for example, it sounds harsh, but Kay wouldn't have gotten it because he sold off all his collectibles, right? Because he sold all his golden moments. But another one who is like working hard, only has Lumiere and Cogsworth and Flan and Sebastian, but is working their way up to a set, might have gotten the button because and a chance on the drops. That would be one. The other one that I would see is you do this like the drop. The drop was not so wrong, but you get the lamp, and if you flip the lamp, you don't even get the letter D. You would lose all your rights to an airdrop. But if someone buys it from the secondary, they could at least, maybe they don't get the letter D, it's fine, because then otherwise the price would go so crazy just because of this airdrop. But maybe they could get another airdrop afterwards. Like, they complete the set, or they put the set together right now, and they can get an airdrop right now. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the idea about if you own a golden moment, or maybe some kind of Disney IP, you just had to have something in there, even like if it was a emoji. I think if you don't let people go for the drop, they're going to get even more pushback. But I think if you let them go for the drop, I think if you let them go for the drop, you have to kind of, I don't know, it's tough. I think just even holding through a certain point, it kind of shows that you're not a bot, you're not a flipper, you're just trying to collect. And like you said, they're trying to prove this as a collectible app, a collector's app. What better way than make, like, that first drop that they did with the Jurassic Park? It needed a little bit of ironing out, but I think that they had the kind of right basis there where they were saying, you know what, if you held it through this point, you got the secret rare. If you didn't, you got ultra rare, right? I think that type of idea would have made sense. And I think they can't announce it, because if you announce it, then right after you get a huge flood in the market of people selling it.
Yeah.
If you waited a month, people holding this a month, they might not be looking to flip it. And then you just airdrop them and you tell them the day after. Then people start thinking like, oh, I got to start holding my stuff. I don't want to just sell it, because who knows, potentially they've done it with the biggest IP on the platform. They could do it with anybody and give you an airdrop. I mean, this one, they gave you the D, and they're giving you this opportunity at the Mickey. Like, there's multiple things, layers here. I don't know how the Mickey thing's going to work out, because you got more mints on Mickey than you do on the lamps. But it's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be a raffle system or a queue system for that drop. And then those people get guaranteed entry, and then the rest of us have to fight for whatever's left. But I don't know how it's going to play, because like you said, people who got this drop, might not be Disney fans, and now people who are going to be buying that Mickey might not be Disney fans, and they might just be flippers, and you might see a lot of them in the secondary market because of that.
I think they should make people at least that buy the set now and hold the set because they really like. I mean, I bought a matching mint set off the floor today. The 5,100 clean mint. I was, and the worst thing was I bought the lamp because I just wanted to have that animated lamp, and I went immediately over to the part to see how the price is on the D. And I saw that mint and I clicked and it said, this is already reserved by someone else. And I was like, no, this can't happen. I was like clicking for 30, 40 seconds. And then there it was. The guy went out of this, and I got the reservation freed and I could buy it. So but you have to see, I spent almost 10x the price that the original drop would have been. And that's fine. I mean, people that participated in AF15 also pay on top if they have to buy it on the other market. But still, the thing is that so much money goes to the flipper now, and that's the real reward for the flipper, not the two collectibles. And I have the set now. At least I think they should change the game a little bit around that these people that bought it now because they really want to hold the set should have somewhat out of it, somewhat unexpected.
You know what would be cool if they did, whoever's holding matching mints gets something or gets access to something, because you know that you were going to get the matching mints on the drop. And the fact that you went into the secondary were able to do that and get matching mints, like that's crazy enough already. So like, you deserve it. In my opinion, you deserve to get into these.
Yeah, but I would feel bad for the people that just try to get one set, because it's just impossible sometimes to get it matching. So I would love to see that they get the benefit. And here's one thing where I have to criticize myself as well. I have seen that on Twitter today. Someone said, yeah, but why didn't you guys complain before the drop happened? And that's somewhat true, because I was only excited and looking at the excitement of me imagining getting the lamp, and then there's the airdrop and I have the access, but I didn't think of the other side. What is happening if someone really loses out? That is a big Disney Golden Moments, whatever collector. And now I can see it from the other side. So lesson learned for me to always evaluate a drop from the perspective of someone that lost the drop.
It's a little bit harder to do that as well when things are new. Like, this is a new way of doing this type of airdrop. I mean, it's not the same as the other airdrops that we've seen where you had to hold it through a date. And then even that they changed up. Now we're doing this, you knew ahead of time on the drop. It was like almost everything went to the person who minted. I think the whole purpose of this video is that I don't think that's the best way to do the airdrops going forward. I mean, it's a collector app. Reward the people who love to collect, reward the people who like to hold on to the IP, or else you're just promoting this whole problem that we have in this. Like, everyone's complaining that the market is dipping and people are leaving the app because the market is dipping, all their stuff's going down. Incentivize people to hold their stuff. If it's going to mean giving an airdrop unannounced of big IP, that's going to flip a light switch in people's heads and say like, oh my gosh, I can't just be selling things right after I get them, because that might lead me down the road to an airdrop, or give me access to a drop. Like, even if it's just, if you still hold this item and it's like a month later, say it's like the Star Trek thing, you still own this item that you minted. It's a month later. Okay, now you're the only one who can go for this drop. Like, that's when people are going to be like, oh my God, I can't sell. I have to hold, because who knows what drop's going to come down next. And even if it's unrelated IP, just make it like that. Make it like, so then you give people access to, or not access, but like incentive to buy things that maybe they wouldn't want to buy. That's good for business. And then you make people think like, I got to hold whatever I buy. And then that'll help the market recover, help people hold on to things. And then people will start talking again, like, oh, look how much my stuff's gone up. That's the stuff that we need to see come back to the app. So I really like this conversation. I think it's good to just talk openly about things that bother us, or that we've seen come through on our Twitter. Like, I saw it on my messages. Like, I heard about your experience. So I thought, perfect idea to talk about this.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a great idea. And we're not here to FUD Veve or whatever. No. Actually, we want it to be a better experience for collectors. And I think if we give our 2 cents, maybe someone will listen. Or at least we can talk with each and every one out there of you in the Twitter space, because right now we do not have community and social interaction on the app. So we need to do it on YouTube, on Twitter. And I hope that helps in the end, that we do this as well.
It just takes one person, the right person, to watch our video. And if it's somebody from the IP, if it's somebody from the Veve team, if it's somebody connected that can say, like, you know what, these guys made a really good point. Maybe next airdrop we do it like this, and it'll help down the road. I think we knew, like you said, everybody knew how this drop was going to take place. We didn't, I think, at least in my opinion, I didn't expect there to be as much flippers on this drop as there was, just because of what was at stake and what it was. It's the finale. It's the last golden moment. I thought it would have had a little bit more luster, but like, this really gives you an idea of the state of the market. If it's bots or not, I don't know. I can't comment on that, but it's just the type of people in the app right now are geared towards flipping. And this entire airdrop, what we're finding out after the fact is that it's catering towards that type of actions. And I think Veve's got to change it around a little bit to kind of, like you said, bring back the collector, bring back the people who want to hold, because that's only going to do good things for the app.
I completely agree with the view on how many people are actually flipping this right away and don't care about the after effects. And that's also why when I tweeted out, I'm pissed. It was not because, yes, I'm always pissed when I lose a drop, but it's not about that. What makes me furious is the amount. Look at this. The lamp is for under 100 now. Obviously, matching mints will be harder with every moment. But
oh, look at it on the floor, both matching.
So there is matching mints floored right now. So how many? Can you see how many editions are on the market right now? Because here, look at this. This is still close to 1,000. That would be 10% after all this buying and selling frenzy that we all have already seen. And this makes me furious, because I wouldn't be. I expected that we should see the lamp in the beginning, right after the drop, like 20 to 30 maybe lamps with ridiculous prices of someone who just didn't understand it. But we saw 500 lamps, and the whole floor got wiped all the time, and the number didn't get down. So yeah, and that is just something that they really need to address and see.
I think we brought up a lot of great ideas today. I mean, even if they don't do them, it's something that at least hopefully somebody sees it and they say, you know what, maybe it's something we could think about. Not that we necessarily, like, we love this type of drop. I think you're in the same boat. I think you loved how there was utility. You loved how there, like, the idea, like Sarah said, the idea, 100% amazing. Really loved it. Really like what they did here. I love seeing the only certain people can mint a certain drop. I can't even mint it, and I love the idea. But I think that the way they go about it, to who they give it to, I mean, even if I didn't land this drop and it was only going to people holding it, I would have been okay with that, because I think you're rewarding collectors instead of flippers. But guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you guys go check out Patient Hodler's YouTube channel. Needs to get that subscription from you guys. Growing pretty well. He's been doing amazing stuff. I mean, this one here, the roadmap, that was one of my favorite videos. Really long, an hour and 15 minutes he spent explaining to you guys.
You watched it all. You can see it there.
I watched the whole thing. Sometimes I watch them more than once. So like, I'll go back and I'll watch it, and then I don't know where it leaves off. But I haven't seen some of your more recent ones. I got to get back into them. But there's so much good content coming from this guy's channel. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. And the title game, man. I was just talking to Cavell yesterday about titles, and you're right on par. I'm loving the titles. It makes me want to click every time that I see it. But honestly, the content is filled, jam-packed, and the thumbnails on fire. So definitely need to. My Siri is talking to me. I don't know what's happening, but the content and the titles and everything like about this channel, I love it. So very happy that I found you, and I think everybody else will be as well when they go and they hit the subscribe button. So make sure you guys are subscribed.
Thank you for the big shout out, and thank you for watching the whole video. And please remind me of never doing a roadmap video of that length again. That was absolute terror. That was
you crazy. Know what though? That's one that people can keep going back to and referencing. Like that's one of those you want in the vault of your video. So man, again, like I said, thank you for coming on the channel. Here's your standing ovation. You were awesome. You did a great job. We hope to work with you again, and when Rob's back, maybe we'll jump on your channel or something like that and do another collab, just because having like-minded people in the community is really, really awesome.
You will be welcome on our channel. Or on my channel better.
We cannot wait. So guys, if you haven't already, do not forget, become a superstar. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, leave some comments in the comments and let us know what you thought about the airdrop. Do you think that they did it the right way? Do you think it rewards flippers? Do you think it rewards collectors still? Do you think that there should be changes? What do you think about this compared to the blue and beta drop? How do you like those airdrops? I think that what they're doing here is correct. They're bringing utility in some ways, but what do you guys think? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Also, Superstar VIP $2.99 a month. Get a bunch of perks, access to our spreadsheet, giveaways, all that good jazz. So guys, that's it for today. We will see you tomorrow, and I love you. Bye.